Trail cam down, what did he see? A beaver, a badger, a fox or a bee? Trail cam down, what did he see? A beaver, a badger, a fox or a bee? Only me! But it's not only me today, we've got a special guest. Would you like to introduce yourself, sir?
Only me too. I'm JP Lamoureux and I do wildlife photography, teach people about wildlife and travel around in my motorhome.
And you have a YouTube channel.
And I've got a YouTube channel.
Which is your name.
Which is my name, Travels on the end. So it's JP Lamoureux's Travels, and Dan can't spell it, so we put a link in the information below.
The description, it means.
That's the one.
Yeah, get over there, subscribe to him, he makes really good videos. And he's struggling to get monetised, he needs the watch hours up, so go over and watch a few videos, yes, please do. He's going to be spending all week with me, so make sure you subscribe to both channels. Right, between us, they're going to find this incredible, between us we've got almost 25 years experience of teaching the armed forces about bushcraft and survival, haven't we?
We have, haven't we?
Yeah. Mainly me. Mainly me.
Mainly you, yeah.
Mainly me.
I'm just here to learn.
Just here to learn. So I'm going to be teaching him all about survival and bushcraft this week, and photography, of course.
I've got my notepad. So,
good. And you can always watch back on the videos if you forget anything.
Yeah. Get your watch hours up, right?
Yeah. So, oh, by the way, this channel is now monetised as of today. About an hour ago.
Happy days.
Very happy now.
Yeah.
Right, first thing, we've got some exciting things to do. Today we are going to be building, what would you call one of these things?
It's a photograph hide, or photographic hide. So it's basically a big camouflage tent with holes in the side that you can get in, take photographs out of.
Or shoot things out of, surely.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it were in America.
Yeah, exactly.
So we're going to be building one of them in here. Very excited about that. First things first though, need to pick up the trail cams. I've got 7 in this wood. I don't know if you've seen any dotted about.
No, I haven't seen any yet. No.
Because I've hid them well, you see.
They're camouflaged.
Right, let's go see if there's any footage on any of them and collect them so we're not setting them off for the next hour. Right, so collecting trail cams. First one, bit of a disappointment, but we have got deer on there. So we've got daytime activity, nothing at night. Second one, 50 images, can't be arsed looking through them, but I did see a badger. So we're off and running. Now this one, I got the best badger footage you will ever see on this one. Bees. Can you remember there was a bee in there? Going in there, a beehive. Now they started going in here, so they've obviously tunnelled underneath and made it into one big hive. 3 badgers came and they were fighting for the bees. I will show you that footage in a bit. But hopefully we've got some more last night. So I've just been teaching John Player Special all about... Yeah. There's different things you can put out for animals. You can put out baits and you can put out attractants. Yeah?
Yeah.
Now, a bait, for example, would be peanuts, a rabbit, dissected rabbit. By the way, he's just put a dissected rabbit out in front of a trail cam.
We found it. It's basically like roadkill, so an animal's only going to eat it anyway.
Yeah.
So that might attract a buzzard, kite, a badger.
It might attract a fox, a bee, a kite, all them things. I've just been telling him that.
Yeah.
So they're baits. But there's also attractants, like the salt lick I've been using is an attractant. And you can even get sprays, you know, if you can get like a fox spray, did you know that?
I did, really?
Yeah, you can like spray a tree, put your trail cam on it and a fox will come and it'll try and have humpy bumpy with it and all sorts. You can get deer sprays, beetle sprays, lynx,
mustard lid, like...
Mustard?
Yeah, mustard lid spray.
Mustard spray, if you want to get that,
For obviously for Stokes weasels and stuff like that. Yeah,
obviously,
Oh, hey, I'm learning so much. Yeah, it's amazing. But ethically, you have to think. If you're baiting an area up all the time, an animal's going to become reliant on that bait.
Yeah, so you've got to remember, if you're baiting a place up, the animal's going to become reliant on that all the time.
That's right. I've learnt something new again. It's amazing.
honestly.
Such a clever lad you are.
You want to stick to this channel, you'll learn a thing or two
Or
this
JP
week.
Lamoureux's channel. Because I'm learning so much off of you.
Well, yeah, you'll spread it on
link you
there.
in my description.
Yeah, yeah.
And then they can go over to hear about exactly how it's supposed to be done. Yeah?
Well, not really. Yeah, honestly, we're going to be teaching you all these little tricks about plants, about everything this week. I'm really excited about it because I'm going to learn a lot. I'm going to teach him a lot.
Yeah, you're going to teach me a lot this week. Can't wait.
So I have picked up my 7 trail cams, all safely. Quite a lot of footage. I've definitely seen badgers through the night. I've seen deer at day and night. I saw a rat just then. All sorts of stuff on them. I've brought my camera with me. JP's got this. It's just one of these budget ones. I think they're about $19.99. Get them down the market. But I'm going to teach him all about photography as well. Obviously, beer and toilet roll. Not for the toilet, it's just in case my hay fever kicks off because I've had it really bad in here.
Have you? Yeah, it's a lot of pollen around at the moment.
Have you got any tips for hay fever?
Hay fever? Yeah, stay indoors.
I taught him that. So JP has just found something and brought it over.
You found it?
I found this, yeah. And you want to know what it is, don't you? Do you want to put it in my
Can you
hands?
tell me what that is, please, Dan? Obviously, I'm not.
That, my friend, is an animal's skull. Yep, believe it or not. It's got very big eyes. That is the skull of... it's one of them stoats. Or owls. It's an owl.
It's a rabbit skull.
That's a rabbit skull, is that? I taught him that earlier.
The front of it's missing. I'll show you another rabbit skull that I've got in my van later. But the orbital sockets, that bit is like its eyebrow.
All right.
Yeah. And that's where its eyes are, on the side of its head.
Yep, bright eyes.
There we go. Bright eyes.
Rabbit's head.
There we go.
Plenty of rabbits in here.
We'll take that, because that's a good little...
Oh, come with me. I've got another skull I'd like to show you. You're going to like this. Now, I know what this is, and I also know it's a female.
How do you know that, then?
Well, I'll tell you another time.
Oh, okay.
But this is the skull of a female animal. It's a badger. But let's see if you can guess. And it was just down here. There. Now then, Mr. JP, would you like to have a guess, see what you think that is?
Ooh. Would that be a female badger skull?
It is, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, I told you last night, didn't I? I forgot.
Yeah. Oh.
I've already told him. He's cheating. Yeah, badger skull.
How do you know it's a female?
Because...
And how do you know it's an old badger, not a young badger?
Well, obviously because of the teeth, I can tell it's an old one. And it looks as if it died of old age. And it's female because it's got fangs. What do you think?
Right. It's a badger skull
Yeah?
because most skulls have got a growth split in them,
Yeah?
so they can grow.
That's right.
But badger skulls are like concrete. If you look at that, it's like really, really hard. And the reason you know this one's a female and not a young badger is because the molars and the canines
Yeah.
are worn.
Is that not what I just said? The teeth?
Yeah.
I didn't go into detail, but I did say the teeth.
I was just regurgitating what you told me.
I'm right, and he's just copying, but carry on.
Yeah.
So how can you tell it's a female?
So you can see it's old. So it's an old badger. If
Yeah.
it was a young badger, it would have the same feature as what I'm going to show you now.
Oh, okay.
So that crest is called a sagittal crest.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, and that's what the badger, all the muscles from the head are connected to that, and also they use it as like a plough. It's like a reinforcement
It
for the
is,
skull.
and it looks a bit like a plough.
Exactly. Right?
Yeah.
So a female is more petite than a male. A male's like a big buffy animal, big head, big wide head.
Mm.
Okay, big wide head, and it has a raised sagittal crest.
That bit's raised.
That bit is, I'll show you the one
on
in
a
the van.
female.
On a male. A female's a lot lower, but a baby badger is really low. So if you find one like this, you have to check the teeth. If the teeth are worn and old, it's an older female. Yeah. And the reason, another dead giveaway for being a badger, is that a badger's bottom jaw is hinged to give it massive biting power. Okay, so it's hinged. You won't find another skull like that really with a bottom jaw attached to it. Sometimes you find them without the bottom jaw attached to it, but that's because it's been in an RTO, road traffic accident, and it's hit the head and dislocated the bottom jaw.
I knew that.
So you wouldn't find it.
Yeah, I knew that.
Okay, but the reason
Neil found that.
Neil found it. But the reason why you always find skulls and not the rest of the skeleton is because the skull is the only bone in the body without marrow in it.
Yeah.
And the badgers will crunch them up and eat the marrow out of it.
The badgers will eat the badgers.
The badgers will, the badgers will eat another dead badger.
The badgers will eat
Foxes.
themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the foxes.
Thanks for telling us all that.
It's alright, it's alright. Anything you want to know, just ask me the question and I'll tell you.
Thanks.
I'm full of info.
It's an alien.
It's not an alien, silly.
What is it?
That is the rib cage of a pigeon.
You're nearly there, I reckon.
Yeah, I know.
You're nearly there. What's a bit bigger than a pigeon?
Because
that'd be
a giant pigeon.
Sodding great pigeon. You know what I reckon that is?
What do you think that is?
I think that's a pheasant.
Oh dear.
Carcass.
He thinks it's a pheasant. Hey, what does he know? Right, we are out in the woods and we are about to build, what's this called, a blind? Is that the right word?
Or a photography hide.
Photography hide. Now, I got this from Costway, company called Costway, and it's in clearance at the moment.
Is it?
Yeah, it were $149.99 and I think got it for $75 on their site. Now, this company do all sorts of stuff, really good stuff. So get yourself over, check them out. I'll get in touch with the company actually and ask them for a discount for this. I'll get you 10% off. Link in the description, get over. So there we go, a fully built hide.
Easy.
Now I'm going to stand back just to see how well disguised it is. You know, we've not gone anywhere near the middle, it's right in the edge. So you can't see it from here. Well, you can sort of. But yeah, that's nice and out of the way, is that? And all this growth will grow back up around it, which will be nice. Very happy with that, what do you think?
Yeah, it's pretty good. The price, mate, that's well worth it.
Let me get inside and see what his view's going to be. It's a strange door, you have to it's a triangle doorway. So, somewhere in here.
Oh, there's in the corners.
Yeah.
Go to the corner, there's a little toggle and a piece of elastic.
There is.
You undo.
I just can't do it with one hand. Can you just grab this?
Yeah, hang on, mate.
Alright, let me just
Flip you around. There you go.
I still can't do it. Oh, I can't get... Need a light in here.
Hang on.
It's pitch black. No. Wrong way. Oh, you've got one.
Of course I've.
Still can't do it. There we go.
That's it.
So what's the idea then? Animals are going to see you there, aren't they?
Yeah, but you're not going to. Obviously, they're not going to see you so much, are they? Because this, once the daylight hits this is like what they use for. If it's the same as mine, it's what they use at the theatres, right? So when you're standing away from it,
yeah,
it looks like it's solid when the light hits it. Do you get me?
Yeah.
And then you can put your lens through that.
Yeah.
And you love it. I think you can also take that out. You can.
Yeah.
So you can lift it up so you've got a bigger hole. But once you've got that down, with the black background and this, the light shining on this, so if you give us a torch, once you shine the light on that, move about then. So you can just see his hands moving about, but you can't really see anything else. That's pretty good.
So let's see what view we're going to be getting from in the hide. Remember, you've got one of these, I think, on all four sides.
Yeah, there is. and the corners on the other side corners. I think actually this bit's supposed to be the back.
Right, but because this is easier to get in.
It's easier to get in, but you can. There's corners there.
There's corners, yeah. Yeah, this is excellent.
And on the sides, so yeah, it's brilliant. Isn't it?
So this is from Costway. Link in the description. 10% off their products. This is on clearance at the moment. I don't know if there'll be any left by the time you see this, but go over and check it out. I do know they have another hide on there. Very, very impressed. Thumbs up from Trailcam Dan. JP! JP, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Oh, he's there, look. What are you doing? What's that? What is it?
It's my real tree dress I use when I go out in an evening.
Halloween.
Clubbing in Essex. It's a camouflage ghost kit. This is a bag hide.
Right, so you would be sat on a stool.
Sat on a chair.
With your tripod and your camera.
Or just have the tripod up, and once the tripod's underneath it,
yeah,
that spreads the outside of it up.
Yeah.
And you can just sit in there.
And take pictures.
Literally, and it's just basically a bag.
And he's had that 25 years and he hasn't washed it once.
No.
There's a reason for that.
There is a reason for that.
Yeah. You don't wash your clothes, by the way, when you're coming out into the wild.
No aftershave.
No aftershave, no soap, no washing, no scents, because the animals can smell it. They can smell it a mile off.
And when you're touching your trail cams as well, if you've noticed sometimes it'll go up to the trail cam and smell it.
Yeah.
It's because you've left your scent. If you leave them out for ages and ages and ages, your scent gets washed off it and they won't even notice it there.
But to be honest, I like that because they do come up and they give it a sniff because they're wondering what it is.
Added interest, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, good little piece of kit that.
That's pretty good. wildlifewatchingsupplies.co.uk. A guy called Kevin makes them. He's been making stuff like that for donkey's years.
Well, I've just invented something.
Have you?
Yeah. One of them.
Yeah.
But you send the company your own picture, so you could get a drone up, take a picture of this area, and get it printed onto it for your special spot in the woods.
Yeah.
And then you blend in properly, exactly the same colours. What do you think of that?
Brilliant idea, Dan.
Thank you. I'm going to patent that. So now I'm just going to take JP for a walk around the woods, just take a look at a few things and teach him a few things as we're going around. You know, survival-y type stuff, I don't know, foragey things you can use for anything, animal tracks, anything. So if there's anything you see of interest, just let me know and I'll tell you all about it and we'll take it from there, yeah? Because there's always stuff to see. Right, you seem to be showing an interest in the nettles.
Nettles. Fantastic plant. This time of year they're growing seeds.
Yeah, no good at this time of year.
Which you can harvest.
You can harvest the seeds, yeah. Why would you do that again? Because
you can sprinkle them over salads and also make a little tea out of the seeds.
Yeah, or you can just buy some Tetley's tea bags and buy...
Tetley tea bags? Don't you use Yorkshire tea bags?
Tetley tea bags.
Is that the same thing? Are they, it's not a Tetley beer that comes from Yorkshire?
No, Tetley's tea bags.
I have Yorkshire ones because they're better, apparently.
Well, they're both just as good as each other, really. Better adverts for Tetley's though, back in the 80s. Yeah, not the time of year to be making nettle soup because they've gone to seed. You want to do that in spring, really. I learnt that off Neil's missus.
But what we can do is...
Yeah, you can cut it off and use it as a straw. Or...
You can use it as a straw. We take the leaves off.
Oh, I hate it when people do... Oh my God, what an idiot. What an idiot. What do you do that for?
So you have to hold it.
I'm not holding that. I'll get stung.
Really, really tightly and run it up from the bottom upwards because each leaf's got a little thing on the out, little needles on the outside called urticating hairs.
Yeah, and they hurt and they prickle.
And they go, urticating hairs. Take these off. And this is one of the only things you can make
an arrow out of.
String out of.
String out of.
So what you do is crush the nettle.
Yeah, give it a crush.
Give it a crush.
And then all the fibres will come.
You could make quite good string out of this, and they used to use string made out of nettle fibres to fish in the Thames.
They did, yeah. Yeah.
Obviously, because you just told me that, Dan.
Well, off camera.
Yeah. And then what you do is you split it down each node and open it up like that. Right?
Yeah.
And you can do this another way. You can do it with a method called retting, which basically you put this in a big vat of water and let the inside rot out. So what we want is the outside fibres. Right?
Yeah.
So to get the outside fibres, we want to take that woody stuff off.
Yeah, we don't want that.
Yeah, so just push it with your fingers like so. Move that down. Push that with your fingers.
We don't
like
want that.
So let me put my spectacles on. And then you can see, split into 4. So we go through the nodes and split each one off. Some are better than others, but I'll show you basically the idea.
So you've got 4 now.
So we've got 4. Now we can wind each one together.
Yeah, twist them, yeah.
Right, twist them and make 2 big ones.
Yeah.
And what we'll do is I'll quickly show you. Now ideally we want to let these dry out a little bit. Because,
yeah, that's what I'd do, yeah.
Yeah, because when they're wet, if you let them dry and you made string out of it, it opens up. So the pleat, the twist opens up.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like you told me earlier on.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is, I'll just use 2 bits. I'll throw that bit away.
Yeah, just use 2 bits.
I'll just use 2 bits and you twist it.
Yeah.
Okay, like this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now this is one of the hardest resources to get in the wilderness, string.
You think so?
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you a better way. But go on.
That's why you can use bramble, you can use lots of different things to make it, but it's difficult to find in different places, right?
Yes,
so what we do is we twist it until it does that.
Yeah.
Yeah, loops over.
Yeah.
And then we grab the end, so we see the direction it's twisted in.
Yeah.
And then what we do is, this is how I do it. There's different methods, but this is how I do it. I twist that both at the same time.
Yeah.
There you go. See, it's twisting up.
Yeah.
Right. And then we twist it, and you can do this on your leg. It's called a pygmy roll, as that's how the pygmies make it, out of fibres that they find. But I can't do it because it gets matted into my hairy legs.
Yeah. Pulls
your leg hair out. Right. So I'll just quickly do it, so you just see how it's done. I've had a bracelet made of this and it was stayed on my arm for over a year.
Wow.
In the shower, obviously I never showered or bathed for a year. No, in the shower it didn't rot off. Right, so twist it up.
Oh yeah,
and it lays on each other like that.
Look at that. Look at that.
And that's what gives it its strength.
Proper string. So if you want a nettle...
You try.
What do you call it? Nettle... Bracelet.
You try and... I know it's only a short length. You try and break that.
That is strong. I can't break it. That is incredible. Wow. Right, I've just got 2 things to say about that. It is brilliant. It did show you pretty much how I'd have shown you. He made 2 mistakes. The first one, pigs can't make string. Just ignore what he said there. He said pigs make string. And the second one, if you go into Poundland, you can get 4 big balls of string for 99p. Just a tip from me. Where are you going?
I'm going to find something else. where a deer lays is called a couch.
Yeah, a couch.
A couch.
Yep.
Okay? It's basically a deer bed. Isn't it?
Couch, chair,
sofa,
seat, whatever.
But I reckon what this is where the badgers are playing.
Yeah, badgers are playing around here. They do walk up and down here.
They've probably got young, and they're young all rough and tumble and roll around.
They ain't got any young.
But they're big now. I reckon some of them could be maybe last year's young.
There's 3.
There's just 3.
There's just 3. I've never seen more than 3 together.
This might be a satellite Earth or satellite set. Because what sometimes happens, they'll have a big set, and then when they go out foraging, they'll use another set to lay up during the daytime. Because I've tracked a badger, believe it or not, from out the back of my house 2 miles, and it went to a satellite set out the back of my house, laid up there overnight, and then went back to the main set in the daytime the next day.
So you didn't know that, did you? Badgers
a long way.
Have sofas and satellite dishes. They're pretty much like humans, really. So yeah, there's a bit down here which has been flattened, and Neil noticed this, and he were thinking, is this where deer are sleeping?
It could be, because if you look above you, if it's really thick foliage above,
yeah,
they can use it as. But you haven't got any deer sleeping here on cams, have you?
No, but we have got them walking around here.
Around here, yeah, coming up and down through the thing. But
Neil did, yeah.
If they lay down, and this is especially with fallow,
and there's no droppings.
No.
Neil noticed that.
Which could possibly, because the first thing a deer does when it wakes up and stands up, usually, is poo.
Right.
Right. Especially if they get scared. You know the saying, "I was so scared I shit myself."
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't say the word. That's true, because what a deer or a prey animal will do is when they get scared, they have to make themselves lighter so they can run faster. So the first thing they do is evacuate their bowels.
Okay.
So a deer, if you see them and you spot them, sometimes they'll, like if you walk up to a sheep or a cow in the field, if it sees you, sometimes you go, oh look, that cow's having a poo.
Yeah.
That's why it's making itself lighter so it can run faster, get away from a predator.
Wow. Right, I've got a question for you. Which is the fastest bird out of these birds?
Right.
A sparrowhawk,
Yeah.
a kingfisher,
Yeah.
a swallow,
Right.
or a wood pigeon?
Right. Is it in a stoop, fastest flying or fastest?
Has to make it awkward. It's a simple question, isn't it?
It's not.
Fastest flying.
Fastest flying bird.
Yes, out of them 4.
A wood pigeon.
Sparrowhawk, a wood pigeon, kingfisher,
Yeah. Or a swallow.
and a swallow.
Is that an African swallow or a European swallow?
European swallow.
Swallow.
No.
Go on then. Where'd you be?
Wood pigeon.
Wood pigeon?
A wood pigeon can fly at 90 mile an hour. A kingfisher can only go 35 mile an hour.
90
swallow.
mile an hour.
Yeah.
Well, there we go. I've learnt something new.
A swallow. I
say
think it was 70 mile an hour.
170.
70.
Ah.
It were on. It came up.
Spring watch.
What were it on? Oh, it was someone put it in a comment in a YouTube, like poll or question or something. It were a poll. It were a
I
question.
mean, they do fly fast, because that's why they use them as racing pigeons.
Yeah, well, I thought about that afterwards. Yeah. But who'd have thought? Them lazy little gits who just walk around and can't even be bothered flying.
Yeah. Well, it's because they're fat round your bird table.
Yeah.
You fed them too much.
So yeah, I taught him that.
Thanks, Ben.
Something else. Are you still talking or what?
I'm fascinated by your depth of knowledge on nature. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. And I don't know if you knew this. Badgers, they have like urinals in woods. They use them as like a trail. So they'll dig an hole, have a poop inside, and just they'll use that as a place. They'll know where they were yesterday, you see, and they'll just keep going on the same track. It's like a marker.
It's amazing.
What would you call that?
A latrine.
A badger latrine?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I'd call it.
Urinal. Are we done here?
Yeah.
Because there's a ripped up rabbit down there.
Makes you feel sick.
Right, before we go, I'm going to show you the difference between a male and a female badger skull, because I've got both, obviously, in my collection.
Carry around.
I've got
badger
JP
skulls.
to carry them for me.
Thanks, Dan.
So, would you hold them side by side and I'll show them the two differences? No, I mean flat. That's it. So notice the massive Mohican on this dude.
Sagittal crest.
And the small Mohican crest, Sagittarius crest on that one. That's the female, that's the male, because he's got a bigger Mohican. And you'll also notice the jawbones, the male's is usually a bit bigger. That's a dislocated female, is it? I guess.
That's a young female.
That's a young dislocated female, yeah.
But you can see also the width difference.
And the width, yeah.
This is much buffier, much bigger.
Yeah, because that's a man.
That's a big boy.
So there you go.
There you go.
Learn something new every day, don't you? So I hope we've taught you something today. This lighting is terrible today on this camera. Join us for the next one. This is just day one. We've got a week together. Hopefully we're going to get lots of footage, going to show you lots of different tips and tricks and camera stuff. We've got proper camera gear to get into. We're hoping to go out owl watching one night.
That'd be good.
So yeah, join us next time on Trailcam Dan. Love you all to bits. Say goodbye, JP.
Goodbye, JP.
Don't forget, subscribe to his channel as well. Not as good as this one, but it's worth subscribing to.
Thank you.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.
Trailcam Dan, what did he see? A beaver, a badger, a fox or a bee? Trailcam Dan, what did he see? A beaver, a badger, a fox or a bee?